Welcome to Dark Love Psychology. In this video, we'll explore the dark side of confidence, when arrogance works better than humility. We'll break down the scarcity effect in relationships and attraction, why pulling away makes you magnetic, and how you can use it without turning cold or manipulative. Why is it that when you pull away, suddenly people want you more? Why does becoming a little less available raise your value instantly? In this video, we'll break down the scarcity effect in relationships and attraction, why pulling away makes you magnetic, and how you can use it without turning cold or manipulative. Let's begin with a fundamental principle that quietly governs much of human desire, from the items we buy to the people we fall for. Chapter 1: The Psychology of Scarcity. At its core, scarcity is one of the most potent psychological triggers hardwired into our brains. The simple rule is this: the less of something there is, the more valuable and desirable it becomes. This isn't just a marketing gimmick, it's a deep-seated cognitive bias. Our minds automatically equate rarity with quality. From an evolutionary perspective, scarce resources like a hidden water source or a secure cave meant survival. That same primal wiring is now triggered by perceived social value, creating the fear of missing out, or FOMO. The thought that we might lose an opportunity forever creates an urgent, irresistible pull. It's why a limited time offer makes us act now, and why a restaurant with a 3-month waiting list isn't just a place to eat, it's an experience to covet. Consider the world of high fashion. Brands like Hermes don't just sell bags, they sell exclusivity. The infamous waiting list for a Birkin bag isn't a logistical failure. It's a calculated masterpiece of marketing that transforms a product into a trophy. The same dynamic plays out with limited edition sneakers. People camp out overnight, not because the shoe's materials are astronomically better, but because ownership signifies they are part of an exclusive club. The difficulty of the acquisition becomes part of the item's value. Now let's pivot this powerful concept to where it matters most: dating and human attraction. The exact same principles apply, but the commodity is far more precious. The commodity is you, your time, your attention, your validation. When you are always available, constantly checking your phone, instantly replying and clearing your schedule at a moment's notice, you inadvertently signal that your time is abundant and therefore less valuable. You become the mass-produced item, easily accessible but not particularly exciting. Conversely, when you become that limited edition item, your perceived value skyrockets. This doesn't mean playing manipulative games. It means genuinely having a life you are passionate about, your own goals, hobbies, and ambitions that occupy your time. Your attention becomes scarce not as a tactic, but as a natural consequence of you investing in yourself. You aren't waiting by the phone for someone to make your life interesting. Your life is already interesting. This is the foundation of genuine confidence and the core of magnetic attraction. You become the rare find that others feel lucky to have. Chapter 2: Why Overavailability Kills Attraction. When you're always available, answering texts instantly, dropping everything to see her, or constantly chasing, it removes the mystery. She knows you'll always be there, and what's always available tends to be taken for granted. Imagine two friends, one who's always free, and one who's busy and hard to pin down. Whose time feels more valuable? The busy one. The same logic applies in attraction. By being overly available, you unintentionally lower your perceived value. Chapter 3: Pulling away creates tension. Humans are wired to notice gaps. When someone pulls back, we feel the absence. This creates psychological tension and curiosity. She starts to ask herself, why isn't he chasing? Did I lose his interest? What's he doing now? If you've ever stopped texting someone for a while and they suddenly reached out more, you've seen this in action. The tension of not having constant access drives them to close the gap. Chapter 4: The Balance Between Interest and Scarcity. Pulling away doesn't mean ignoring her completely. It's about balance. Show genuine interest, but don't flood her with attention. Be present, but not predictable. Send a thoughtful message, then let her wonder when she'll hear from you again. This mix of presence and absence creates a rhythm that keeps her invested. Chapter 5: Scarcity Raises Your Perceived Value. Scarcity signals that your time and energy are valuable. When you're selective about where you invest them, people naturally assume you have options and standards. That raises your value in their eyes. Think of a professional athlete. They don't have time for everyone, and that exclusivity increases their worth. In relationships, when you live a busy, purpose-driven life, your time becomes a prize, not something handed out cheaply. Chapter 6. Practical ways to use the scarcity effect. So, how do you apply this powerful principle in your daily life without coming across as manipulative or playing games? The key isn't to you're scarce, it's to genuinely where your time and attention are valuable commodities. The goal is authentic scarcity, born from a life rich with purpose and passion. This isn't about faking unavailability, it's about having real, compelling reasons to be unavailable. When you do this, scarcity becomes a natural byproduct of your high-value life, not a tactic you have to consciously deploy. Let's break down how to build that life. First, master the art of the pause. This means you don't always need to reply to her texts instantly. We live in an age of instant gratification, and breaking that cycle immediately sets you apart. This isn't about playing by some arbitrary 3-hour rule. It's about being genuinely engaged in your own life. When you're at the gym, be at the gym. When you're focused on a work project, give it your full attention. By not being tethered to your phone, you subconsciously communicate that you have a world of your own and that your attention is something to be earned, not just given. Second, and this is crucial, you must have your own priorities. A man with a mission is magnetic. This isn't just about having a job, it's about having a purpose that drives you. Pour energy into 3 key areas. Your fitness, treat your body with respect, challenge it, and build the discipline and confidence that comes from physical mastery. Your career or craft, strive for excellence in what you do. Ambition is attractive because it signals a future, a vision, and a commitment to growth. And your hobbies, cultivate interests that are yours alone. Whether it's learning an instrument, mastering a language, or building something with your hands, hobbies make you a more layered, interesting person with unique stories to share. Third, maintain a vibrant social life. Your world should be populated with more than just her. Invest time in your friends and family. A strong social circle provides support, perspective, and a source of happiness that is independent of your romantic life. This prevents you from becoming needy or placing the entire burden of your emotional well-being on her. When you have a full social calendar, you bring an energy of abundance to the relationship. You're not looking to her to complete your life. You're looking to share your already complete life with her. Fourth, understand the balance of investment. Attraction grows when both people are contributing. If you are always the one initiating, planning, and putting in the effort, you create an imbalance. You must learn to pull back just enough to create the space for her to step forward and invest her own time, energy, and emotion. This isn't about going cold or ignoring her. It's about not always being the first to text or letting her plan the next date. When she invests, she becomes more committed to the outcome. Finally, respect your own time. If she asks to hang out and you are genuinely busy with one of your priorities, do not cancel your plans for her. This is a critical test of self-respect. The low-value move is to drop everything, signaling that she is your only priority. The high-value move is to validate her interest while honoring your commitment. Simply say something like, "I'd love to see you, but I already have plans tonight. Are you free on Thursday?" This simple act communicates that your time is valuable, that you are a man of your word, and that your life doesn't grind to a halt for anyone. This doesn't push her away. It pulls her in, because she will respect you more for it. Chapter 7. The fine line between scarcity and neglect. There's a danger in taking scarcity too far. If you pull away completely, she may feel rejected or lose interest altogether. The key is controlled scarcity, enough to spark desire, not enough to push her away. If you ignore her texts for days without reason, she'll feel disrespected. But if you take a few hours to respond, it feels natural and keeps the dynamic healthy. Chapter 8. Real-life stories of scarcity at work. Many men accidentally discover this effect. They chase hard at first, get nowhere, then stop trying, and suddenly she reaches out. The shift wasn't magic, it was scarcity. One man constantly called and texted a woman he liked. She ignored him. Frustrated, he stopped reaching out. 2 weeks later, she texted first. "Hey, where have you been?" His absence created value. Chapter 9. How pulling away builds long-term respect. Scarcity doesn't just build attraction, it builds respect. By not handing out your time and attention freely, you set boundaries. Boundaries show self-worth, and people respect those who respect themselves. If she knows you won't tolerate last-minute cancellations, she'll respect your time. That respect deepens attraction over the long run. Chapter 10. Final thoughts. Become the prize. Throughout this journey, we've explored the mechanics of scarcity, but all the strategies boil down to one fundamental shift, moving from being the chaser to becoming the prize. This isn't about ego or acting aloof. It's about cultivating such a deep sense of self-worth that your value becomes an undeniable fact, not a point of negotiation. A chaser's happiness is conditional, dependent on someone else's approval. Their energy is spent seeking external validation. But the prize generates their own validation. Their happiness is self-sustained, radiating outward from a life they have intentionally and passionately built for themselves. This is why the scarcity effect isn't about playing games. Manipulative tactics like waiting a specific number of hours to text back or feigning disinterest are hollow. They create a fragile illusion of value that shatters easily. True, magnetic scarcity is not an act. It's a natural byproduct of a life filled with purpose. It's the result of being genuinely engaged with your own world, your career, your fitness goals, your creative pursuits. When you are truly busy building your empire, your time and attention become genuinely limited resources. Your absence isn't a manufactured strategy, it's a reality. And when you do choose to share that precious time with someone, it carries immense weight because it's a conscious gift, not a desperate plea for attention. So how do you build this life? It starts with 3 pillars. First, live with purpose. Find something outside of romance that sets your soul on fire. Whether it's mastering a new language, launching a side hustle, or training for a marathon. This passion becomes your anchor, a source of fulfillment that no one can take away. Second, set healthy boundaries. Boundaries are not walls, they are guidelines that teach people how to value you. It's saying, I can't make it tonight, I have my weekly class, but I'm free on Thursday, and would love to see you. This communicates that your life is important, but that they have a place within it. It demonstrates self-respect, which is universally attractive. And third, actively value yourself. Invest in your well-being. Eat well, exercise, read books that expand your mind. When you pour energy into yourself, you send a powerful message to the world. I am worthy of investment. This is why pulling away at the right time doesn't mean losing interest. It's an act of self-preservation and value demonstration. It shows that your world doesn't stop spinning when they're not around. It's a return to your center, a reconnection with your purpose. This space allows you to recharge and gives them the room to truly appreciate your presence by experiencing your absence. It proves that your value doesn't come from relentless pursuit. It comes from the quiet confidence of knowing you are whole and complete on your own. Remember the core principle. Scarcity makes things valuable. By building a fulfilling life, you become inherently scarce. Your time and energy become precious. And when you live by that truth, you become the prize. If you found this deep dive helpful and you're ready to embrace this mindset, give this video a thumbs up. Share it with someone who needs to hear this message. And don't forget to subscribe to Dark Love Psychology for more insights that empower you to succeed in life and love. Thanks for watching until the end. We'll see you in the next video.